There we go. All right, so Aussie Yen. On the monthly time frame, I am bullish. You can see for this candle here is the month of December. Nice engulfing candle. We are above the moving averages. So I would expect price to head up higher, but not before pulling back. If you look at a daily time frame, you'll see that I've got this little highlighted area here in red. I think that's acting as resistance right now. These two pivot highs are from October 2017. This pivot high is from January of 2018. And for the last 3 previous days in in this, we have tested that area, and now we're pulling back. So I'd like to see a pullback down here. Let me move this out of the way. So here's my downside target at 86.6. This level also ties in with a Fibonacci level, I believe. If you go from low to high. All right, so it's right in between the 382 and the 61.8. So we could see a bounce off of this trend line here, or the 382, which is this level here. But I do prefer a short trade on this right now. Longer term, I think we could buy this and go long. On a 4-hour time frame, we have a nice bearish engulfing candle here. You could see, as long as price stays below the high of this bar, I think this is a good short trade right now. We could pull back down, and we could actually bounce up before going back down, but keep your eye on this setup here on the 4-hour time frame, bearish engulfing candle. And as long as price stays below this high of this red bar high, I think this is a good short right now. Now let's look at Aussie USD. Did that make sense to you guys? Let me know if that made sense. Yep. All right, Tim. All right. Now let's keep going. Any questions on this chart? 2-hour, we also have a bearish engulfing. We are below the moving averages. On the 1-hour time frame, we've actually done a moving average crossover now, where the blue line crossed the red line to the downside, and now we could expect to see some further downside on this pair. So that's what it looks like on the daily. Keep your eye on the 20 MA also. On the daily time frame, we could find some minor support there, but I do prefer the downside on this before going back up long. All right, let's cover Aussie Dollar. Odd USD. All right, so does your trading start London market or New York opening? I'd say New York. What type of values, moving averages? Context. All right, Balaji, I use the 20. Here, I'll show you what I use. Yeah, someone else joined. Carlos, welcome. All right, so the moving averages I use are the EMAs. These are the exponential moving averages. I use the 200. The 200 is purple on my charts. All right, we got someone else in here. Bob, welcome, Bob. Let me send this message here. All right, so if you guys could hear me, let me know. Tim, I know you could hear me. If you have any questions during the webinar, just feel free to type it in here. All right. So if you have any pairs that you want me to cover, let me know in here. So to answer your question here, I'm using the 200-day EMA exponential moving average. That's the purple line that you'll see here. All right, this is a daily time frame. I also like to use the 100, although sometimes I mainly use these three: 200, 50-day moving average, which is red, and the 20 exponential moving average, that's in blue. So sometimes I'll throw the 100-day moving average or 100 EMA, excuse me. I'll throw that in there. But my 3 favorite ones are 200, 50, and 20. All right. Let's see. The part where I get lost is while the weekly is an uptrend, daily uptrend, but monthly is a downtrend. What should I look for in the 4-hour? All right, good question. So Balaji's asking, the part where he gets lost is while the weekly is on an uptrend, the daily is on an uptrend, but the monthly is on a downtrend. Currently in a pullback, what should I look for in the 4-hour and 1 hour to trade? Which pair were you looking at, Balaji? Let me know what you were looking at. But it's kind of like Aussie Yen, which is what we just talked about. On the monthly is still bullish because price is staying above the moving averages. So that's still monthly. But then the weekly and daily contradict the monthly. Whereas we're bullish on the monthly, the daily looks a little bit bearish. So overall, you have to stick to the overall trend, which in this case is bullish right now on the monthly. But with time, when you start to get a little more familiar with the charts, you'll see where you could find minor pullbacks, but the overall trend is still long. Some people prefer not to even short this, and they'll prefer just to only buy if the overall trend is on an uptrend, or only sell if the overall trend is on a downtrend. And even though a shorter time frame may seem to be telling you something else, like the 4-hour here, to me it's bearish, but again the monthly is bullish. So some people that trade a little bit more on the safe side, they won't sell this pair, they would only buy it. But it just depends on your experience. I mean, right now to the downside, you could be looking at a maybe 180 pip move. All right. And if you want to play it safe, then just wait to see what happens with price. And if price breaks out above this level here, then it's a buy. All right. All right. Let's look at Aussie Dollar. All right. I posted a video on this one on the YouTube channel where I talked about this zone up here as being resistance. That video is still up there. You guys could watch it, and you could see on the 1-hour time frame, price came right into that level here on the 19th. I think that was Friday. I think the 19th was Friday. But yeah, so price went into this level and pulled back, and I am expecting. I mean, we could retest that area here. On the 4-hour time frame, we have a bearish engulfing candle, but price is still above the 20 MA right here. All right. You're welcome, Balaji. Wait for a close, I'd say, below the 20 MA to see if this could keep going down. But right now, price is staying above the 20 MA. On the daily, nice little candle there. That's a little bearish candle there. So first target, we could see a nice pullback here to 0.788. And you could see that lines up with the 20 MA, that blue line. So I like the 20 MA. The 20 is very important. You could kind of see here where price stayed below the 20 MA. And on the day that that price closed above the 20 MA, we followed all the way up. All right. And if I zoom out on Odd USD, there is a nice trend line here. All right. So if you go all the way back to January of 2016, connect the low, connect that to December 2016, and that will connect to the low of December of 2017. So they always say the third bounce is the highest. So that would mean maybe a pullback and then a break of this level. All right. Now there's always a chance that price could just break out to the upside, and that could very well happen. But after a move up from December of this year or 2017 to now, this thing has moved up 530 pips. So we need a nice pullback before moving up to the upside again. On a weekly time frame, we closed above the 200 MA, so that's huge for this pair. Although we did close above the 200 here back in September, and we pulled back. So keep an eye on that. Watch the 200 on a weekly time frame for support. And that's what I'm looking at on Aussie USD. So a pullback is healthy, and maybe a break of this zone all the way up here. All right, and this is at 0.80. Call it 0.80 even number if you want. But if price closes above this zone on the daily time frame, then you could be looking. That would be a somewhat of a safe buy, in my opinion. Same for Euro USD. Wanted to cover this one too. My upside is 125 round number even, 125 even number here, or 125.7. But I want to see a pullback first before we keep going higher. In the YouTube video that I did, I highlighted this little area here as an area where I'd be interested in buying. Right now, we did gap higher on the open, and we are above that 20 MA on the 4-hour time frame. Is this all making sense to you guys? Jump in here if you have any questions. All right, cool. Now, where did I get this little area here, this highlighted area? I'll show you guys. I simply pulled a Fibonacci retrace from this low to this high. And you could see that I'm looking for a 61.8 retrace before going higher. Now, if we do go down to the 61.8 and get some kind of a bullish pattern out of this, the 61.8 extension lines up with my target very, very closely. So 127 or 125.7 and 127.5785, and my target 125.7. All right. Now, what do I think the 61.8 is important? Because of this zone here. Always look left when you're looking at charts. Look left. So if you look left, you'll see that, I'll go ahead and highlight it there. This area here was resistance, pull back, here broke out, and now a retest of previous resistance is what we need. So I'd like to see that on Euro USD, although right now it is catching some kind of a bid. Gap up on this Sunday. We'll see if we could fade away over tonight's session and maybe into tomorrow. Here's what the daily looks like. All right. But if this thing wants to take off, I mean, it's going to take off to 125. That's the next target. If we look at this on a weekly time frame and we zoom out all the way out, I'll show you guys something here. If you connect the pivot high from May of 2014 on a weekly chart, connect that from high to low to the low of January of 2017. All right. So I snapped from here to here, and I'm going to extend the fibs out. Just call it 350 here. You can see that's where I have my upside target at the 61.8, 125.9. 0.981 is the exact numbers. So that's why I favor the upside, and that's why I think this level here will be our next target on Euro USD. That makes sense to you guys? I haven't mentioned that in any of the videos on how I got that upside target. So we have reason number one here. High to low, 61.8. Back to the 4-hour time frame. Low to high. 61.8 extension. All right. Does that make sense to you guys? Whoa. Sorry about that. All right. Did that make sense to everyone? Any questions on Euro USD? All right, Miranda's going to become a trader. Carlos, any questions? All right, so that's Euro USD. So I favor the downside on Euro USD. I think a pullback would be healthy. And I did forget to mention this little trend line that we have here. All right, I don't think price will get down there, but this is the zone that I like, or the 200 MA. So the 200 MA is always going to keep sloping up if price keeps going up. But watch that purple line on the 2-hour time frame, and on the 4-hour time frame, it should be a little bit slower. But I like this area for Euro USD to pull back. All right, Balaji, you had one more. You mentioned, let's see here. You mentioned dollar yen. Dollar yen, I love dollar yen. Dollar yen, I'm still holding a short trade on this since December 11th. Right now, I am up about, let's see here, 287 pips. My downside target is 108, 100, or maybe just 108, 108.5. I may even consider taking profit at 10, maybe 10, 109 even number, just because that's a whole number. But yeah, overall, the overall trend on dollar yen is down. If you zoom out and look at a weekly time frame, connect a pivot high from May of 2015, connected to 11 or December. No, that's September, November of 2015. This little area here. All right, so from December to November. And then connect that to the pivot high on December 2016. That'll give you a nice little downtrending line here. We didn't quite touch it here on September 2017, but overall you could see very clearly that the trend is down. Now, we could stay stuck in between this range here that I've highlighted here, this little upper area and this lower area, which is about a 600 pip zone here. And that began April 2017, made a high May 2017, then we came back down June 2017. So it seems like every month we've been bouncing up and down, but a break of this level here of the 108, 100 zone, and this will go all the way down to 101. So I love dollar yen right now. I think this year dollar yen could be a nice sell on this. On the weekly time frame, we have closed below the moving averages here. All right, you can see this candle here on the candle for January 2018 is a nice big red candle, engulfing candle. And right now we do have the 200 MA creeping right below price. So we could find some support there, but overall I do favor the downside on that. Daily time frame. I mentioned this little pivot low on the YouTube video here. This low comes from September of 2017. I'm sorry, November 27, 2017. That low happens to be 110.842. So previous lows, right now price is stalling there. The low was broken, and if you look at a 1-hour time frame, right now that low is now acting as resistance. So we'll see if price could stay below that and continue down to our target down here. But I love dollar yen. That's one of my favorite pairs to trade. Bob, ECB Bank and Bank of BOJ Bank. Yep. Is there news on that, Bob? There might be. I could check here. Yep. Rate decision on the 22nd. So that's tomorrow. So yeah, big news coming in. Bob, thank you. And make sure you guys play it safe with these news events. These things could shoot up and then shoot back down. We've also got we've got some news here from Japan. The CPI number coming out on the 25th, right? So yeah, that's going to move the market here a lot. So keep those dates in mind. Thank you, Bob. All right. Now, any questions on any other pairs that you guys want me to look at? I wanted to look at USD CAD. Now this one, Carlos and I were looking at this one. Now this was here. Now we were looking at this last week, and we were looking at a short trade here. This was on the 12th of January. And on a short trade here, our target was down here at 123,735. I think we had some news here. There was some, I can't remember what news it was. Might have been some kind of decision. It was a news event, and price shot up all the way up right here, stopped us out, and then came back in that same candle to our take profit area. So that was crappy, but it happens with news events. You could see this is what could happen when you have these announcements coming out. So Carlos, this is that was a good lesson on that one, huh? And now that we look at it, if our stop had been a little bit higher, we could have maybe made some money off of this one. You could see price shot up on the 2-hour time frame, almost kissed the 200 MA, and then pulled back. Bob, WTI down 4 waves, USD CAD up. Yeah, dollar CAD looks like it does want to go back up. Good support down here. Are you bullish on this, Bob? I mean, this is a very bullish candle here on the 19th. So I think that, yeah, Friday's candle is a bullish candle. As long as price stays below the 20, though, I still see this as being bearish, but this is a bullish sign here on that candle. So who knows? Maybe dollar CAD wants to go up towards this area up here at 125.9, maybe call it 126 even number. So that'd be about a 100 pip move. So I'm not in dollar CAD. I'm just gonna watch that one. This is interesting though. Keep an eye on this. On a weekly time frame, look at this. You have a bearish engulfing candle. The weekly closed below the 200 MA. And so far for the last 3 weeks, 1, 2, 3, we've traded inside of that. Right now, the 200 MA is sitting at about 125. I'll give you the exact number here, although this does move. So the 200 MA is sitting at 125.06. So that 125 round number could give us some problems here. And I'm actually going to mark that. I'll call this, just call it resistance. All right. So keep an eye on that 125 round number on dollar CAD, and let's see how it reacts to that level, and we'll go from there. All right. Let's see. Any other pairs you guys want me to look at? Just type it into the chat. Euro yen. All right, Bob. EJ. Let's see what I've got here. EJ. Let's start off with the monthly time frame. Monthly, this is looking bullish. Yeah, EJ on a monthly is looking bullish. Let's see here on a weekly time frame. See, I was looking at this little zone here, this consolidation area from September 2017 to, let's see here, December of 2018 is when we broke out of that zone. So that tells me that maybe price wants to head higher. My upside was 136.9, but after looking at this big consolidation period, it looks to me like EJ could go higher. We are above all moving averages. We tested the 20 here on the week of, is that January of 2018 for the candle for January of 2018 for the week of the 8th here. Let's look at a 4-hour time frame. And price is kind of going sideways. We are making lower highs and higher highs, so that's good. But yeah, EJ, I think I'm probably bullish on this. What are you thinking, Bob? Let's see. Let me take a look here on the monthly time frame, what the next target could be. If you pull a fib from high to low. Yeah, so that's interesting right there. On a monthly time frame, if you pull from September 2014 connected to June of 2016, you'll see that the 61.8 comes in at 134.331. So that could be an area that could be a support area. And you can see that actually ties in with the top of my red zone that I've got highlighted there. So yeah, naturally previous resistance right here, previous resistance now becomes support. So we could see a test of that again. And our next upside level would be going back to the monthly time frame, that 141 area. And that's the 78.6 fib. So yeah, 140, 141. EJ could want to head up there on a monthly time frame. The moving averages are all crossing together here. Let's see what that looks like on a daily. 20, 50, 100-day, and 200 are all spread out very nicely. Yeah, I think EJ could head higher. So I like EJ. Let's see, where did the chat go? Yep. Consolidation. Up 1-1. Yeah, on a 1-hour time frame, we had a nice gap up. You could see that price found support here at the 200 MA. So yeah, I like EJ. I like EJ. I think it's bullish. I like it. Any other pairs? Let's see what else I have here. All right, so we talked about Aussie Yen, NZD USD. All right, let's do NZD. So NZD USD. I don't know if this is gonna play out, but I had an upside target of 73.368, and that came from I think it was a weekly chart that I looked at. So I found this level here on a weekly. You can see I've put some arrows here to show you where I'm pulling it from. So this area here. Now, right now, where I'm holding my cursor, this is August 2017. This is August 21st, 2017. And this here is September of 2017. So I was looking at that as being some kind of resistance, but on a weekly time frame, we have closed above the 200 MA. And that doesn't really mean a lot because we did close above the 200 here and then we rolled over. But if you look at these moving averages, the 20 and the 50, it looks like they're crossing. So that could be a bullish sign on the Kiwi dollar. On the daily time frame, we have stalled out now after making a huge move up. And that started here September of 2017. So we've gone up about 544 pips. I'd like to see a pullback before breaking this level. Kind of like Euro USD, I want to see a pullback before going higher. So I've got a little short trade there. And this is all taken off of this red bar here. This is a bearish engulfing candle closed below the 20 MA. As long as price stays below the top of that red bar, I think we could see a little sell-off before going higher. So that's what I've got here. The stop out, the risk is about 40 pips to make 144 pips. So it may or may not work out. This level may break, but that's what I'm looking at on Kiwi. You can see that we're kind of stalling out, and that started here on the 15th of this month. We've kind of gone sideways, but this could be nothing more than consolidation. Maybe a pullback down to the 20 MA and then break that zone, or maybe we just take off to the upside and keep going all the way up. To the upside, the next level naturally would be this right here. Turn my snap. There you go. So that's 74,341. I'll go ahead and highlight that. Or I'll say upside target. All right. So that's what I'm looking at on for Kiwi dollar. Hit save on that. Let's see, target to EMA, target down is Faber EMA. Oh yeah, so where did I get this target from? I think that's a fib level. If you go from low to high, yeah, that's at 382. All right. So if you switch over to the daily time frame, Bob, pick from the low of September of 2017, and if you connect it to the previous highs here, you'll get the 382 at about 0.71. That would be a test of the 50 and the 200 and the 100 MA. I think that would be healthy before going higher. All right. So it's definitely a fib level that I'm pulling that from. That makes sense? Awesome. Now let's do something here real quick. Let's just say if price, okay, if price were to come down here, so if price came back down here, you can see that it kind of stalled out here. I think that would be healthy. And let's delete that one. And if that happens, then I'll pull my fib from low here to high. And the 27 extension and the 61.8 extension kind of line up with the upside target. So I'm kind of just testing that out. But that's what I'm looking at. So that's definitely a fib pullback. All right. Any other pairs that you guys want me to cover? So there's dollar CAD. There's dollar yen. Dollar Swiss franc. I really like this trade. I made a video on this. I am bearish on this. And if you look at a monthly time frame, so on the monthly, I mentioned this zone here at 96.775. And that's the low of this candle, the body here, the low of this candle, and now price is below that. So this is a monthly candle here. So I was looking at that as the monthly support. Monthly support has now been broken. We closed below that last week, and we even made a low of 95.95355. We could see somewhat of a bounce and maybe retest that area here before going lower. My downside target on dollar Swiss franc is 94,474. And that ties in, if you zoom out, all the way out. In fact, look at a weekly. There you go. Now this one's really easy to chart. Switch over to the weekly, and you'll connect a pivot low from August of 2011 to the pivot low of January of 2015. And you can see that kind of lines up with the downside target on that. Now, if you look left, again, look left, you'll see that you have a double bottom there. So we could see price come into that zone. And that's about, let's see here, It's about 165 pips away from that. We could see a bounce or a break. A break of this would be great. So if we break this, oh man, this could go down to 83, maybe 0.836. But we won't get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's just keep an eye on this one. All right, let's see. Let's see what else we have. Bitcoin. I don't want to talk about Bitcoin. There's the S&P 500. This thing's at an all-time high, closing at 280.41 on Friday. The markets do not want to pull back. I think we're way overdue for a pullback, but that's the SPY right there. Price is hanging on to that 20. You can see it tested it here. So 20 is always home. All the moving averages are spread out very nicely, kind of even. So I don't see the spiders pulling back anytime soon. We're at 280.41. This could even go up to 300. Right, 300 is a nice even number. That's what it looks like on the monthly time frame. All right, so that's the SPY. Gold. Let's take a look at gold here. Gold, I had this red zone up here at 1348 as being resistance, and that's pretty clear there. It's a double top. We had a nice engulfing candle here, but we're still inside of this bar. So who knows? Gold could go higher. I have no position in gold right now. We're kind of going sideways. We're trading inside this bearish candle here. So keep an eye on that red zone up here for gold. Let's see, that's XRP, and these are all cryptos. Bank Swiss buy. Okay. So is that dollars? Dollar franc is a buy. I mean, this is a nice little area here. And one thing that I pointed out to someone earlier, if you were to do, let's see, what was it? I think it was from this high to this low. Or from this high to this low. Right there. So when you connect this pivot high to this pivot low, the 27 extension became support, and we did bounce off of that. So yes, I mean, we could go higher on that, but keep an eye on it. I still say on the weekly we're closing right below the moving averages, but yeah, it could go up and test it, but just keep an eye on that. Is what I'm looking at for dollar franc, the Swiss franc. All right, dollar yen. We covered dollar yen. Mexican peso. Any other pairs you guys want me to look at? You can see AJ selling off now. So we're staying inside this bearish candle here, and we're seeing a little bit of a sell-off here. Nothing too crazy. Aussie USD, CAD CHF. Now this one, Euro CAD. Now Euro CAD looks like it finally closed above this zone up here. So I'll be keeping an eye on that one. On the weekly time frame, nice bullish engulfing candle here. So we'll see if this thing could break out to the upside on Euro CAD. Right now, it is looking a little bit bullish, to me at least. All right, any other pairs that you guys want me to cover? DAX. I have not seen the DAX in a long time. All right, so the The DAX has had a nice bullish candle here. I have to look at this on a monthly. Wow, this is looking. I can't even chart this. This is at all time highs. Yeah, this is looking bullish, just like the SPY. So a bullish candle there for the month of January. This is looking bullish on all time frames. Yeah, I can't even give you a level here. If I look left, there's nothing. It's looking good. Any other charts? WTI. What is WTI? Is this the right pair, Bob? Wow, this is looking bullish. I hope I have the right chart here, but on a monthly time frame, we are above the 20. You can see price stayed below the 20 for, gosh, since 2014. So since 2014, this thing's been on a downtrend. Here in 2016, for the month of December, we tagged the 20 MA. The following month, we tagged it again, pulled back, and we're actually closing. We've closed above the 20 here actually since September of 2017. This is looking bullish. Nice pullback here into the 20 on a daily time frame. Bob, what do you use for oil? Not even sure what to use for oil. I thought I had oil. Does this work? Let me know what symbol you use for oil. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Is that a symbol? BCO USD? UK oil is in Brent. Okay. UK oil. All right, there we go. All right, so wow, look at that. Monthly time frame. This thing kissed the 100-day moving average. Let's see here. Yeah, so I think this could keep going higher. This is looking bullish, although it has had a great move up here since, let's see, June of this year. Here we consolidated right above the 200 MA. Very nice bullish pattern here. And then it went up to the upside on a weekly time frame. Daily, you can see daily's pulling back a little bit right into the 20. So this thing could be ready, could be setting up to go higher. On a 4-hour time frame, we are below the moving averages. So I don't like that. Let's see here. There's a trend line here that looks like it was broken here. So that is a break in the trend line. So who knows? Maybe this thing wants to maybe consolidate a little bit or pull back after making a big move up. But I still see this as bullish on the daily. As long as price stays above that 20 MA, this chart looks just fine. To me, at least. That's the weekly. That's the monthly. Monthly 100-day moving average resistance there. You can see that almost played out perfect, right? So even the 50 could act as support down there. And that's at, let's see here. 50 stands at $64, all right? Any other charts? All right. Let's see. Send me one more chart or one more symbol here. We'll do one more before we wrap it up. Thank you, Bob. Thank you for the questions. So Balaji, I covered your stocks here, or your not your stocks, your currencies here that you sent me. I covered Aussie dollar, Euro USD, dollar yen. Bob, we had some good ones that we went over. So I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up here, guys. Thank you guys for joining. This was my first ever webinar. So hopefully, if you guys enjoyed it, send me an email, give me some feedback. If you guys want to do more of these, I'm thinking of doing them every Sunday, same time. We had a small group today, but it's a good start. All right. So thank you guys for spending an hour with me here going over charts. I hope that was beneficial to you guys. Thank you, Miranda. Thanks, Bob. See you later. Balaji, we'll talk to you later. So send me an email, give me some feedback. Thank you guys again. Yeah, you guys have a good night.